Hello Star Wars, the Clone Wars fans, it's filmmaker Mike, and I'm here to review and just express my thoughts and my opinions on the brand new episode of Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 5, The Jedi Who Knew Too Much. Now, of course, this is a continuation from last week's episode, which was entitled Sabotage. And if you see that episode, of course, you know the Jedi bombing and the introduction of the new character, Letta, who was the wife of Jakar, who was a Jedi Temple employee or some kind of engineer, and he was used to be the bomb by Letta by the use of these nano droids, and supposedly Letta was hired by someone else, by supposedly a Jedi. Now, of course, very cool episode, very intriguing with all the mystery and all the suspense, like the whodunit kind of case. I love the introduction of the new droid Chief Investigator Russo, and of course the cameo of Sindralig, who's also known as Nick Gillard, the stunt coordinator of the prequel trilogy. And Sindralig is the head of Jedi security at the temple. And then, very, very cool. So anyway, we fast forward to this episode, The Jedi Who Knew Too Much. And my goodness, I gotta say, after I saw this episode, I was just speechless. I was quiet. And I was just thinking, like, all these things. After seeing that episode, like, oh my gosh, this is a game changer. This is changing everything now. It's begun, and I don't know what's going to happen. Of course, I don't know what's going to happen to Ahsoka Tano, to Commander Ahsoka Tano, the Jedi Padawan of Anakin Skywalker. Like, oh my gosh. So anyway, if you haven't seen the episode, I'm going to be going to spoiler detail here, into details. So please don't watch this video. Just pause this video. Watch that video. Watch that episode first, and then watch this video, and feel free to listen to what my thoughts and my reactions to it, and then feel free to make write your comments below, and feel free to make a video response as well. So, the Jedi Who Knew Too Much. We begin with a Jedi burial ceremony of the 6 Jedi who were killed from the the temple bombing from last episode. And then, of course, we see Senator Palpatine there, all the Jedi. Master Yoda is speaking. He's saying a few words about the Jedi and how how at a certain time all of us Jedi become one with the Force, and they continue to live within us, and very powerful stuff. And then we also see Chancellor Palpatine. We see Admiral Tarkin. And then at the beginning, we see Anakin, Admiral Tarkin, Ahsoka, and Barriss Offee walking, and then Ahsoka kind of has a back talk, like dialogue with Admiral Tarkin about, because Admiral Tarkin tells them that the bomber, who's Letta, has been moved to the military prison, and then she's wondering why is the military involved, and then Admiral Tarkin expresses that now, because clones were also killed at the Jedi Temple bombing, that now the military is involved, and the Senate is involved, and all of these things, technical things, are making everyone else connected and involved because of the Temple bombing. It wasn't just Jedi that were killed. And so Ahsoka's she's very emotional about, how she's saying that Letta needs to pay, and she needs to suffer the consequences and all these things. And of course, Anakin's reminding her, revenge is not the Jedi way. And then when Ahsoka has a little dialogue with Barriss Offee, and how she feels on how they're on their emotions and all these things, which is very interesting to see, and how they're dealing with these things. And then later on, Ahsoka is in the Jedi briefing room with Anakin, and then Admiral Tarkin tells Anakin that Ahsoka is being called by Letta from the prison, and she wants to speak to her. And then Anakin's wondering why now, and why Ahsoka. And then it seems like Letta just feels comfortable talking to Ahsoka. So Ahsoka goes to the military installation, huge military installation of the clones, bunch of shock troopers, bunch of ships, really cool, and very high security, of course. We see Commander Fox there. He's the one who's in command of it. And then they scan Ahsoka. She has to surrender both her lightsabers and her comlink, and so she surrenders it. And she goes to speak to Letta, and then she asks Commander Fox and his 2 shock troopers to leave her for a moment. And I just thought they were going to be outside the door, but then you come to find out later they kind of went back to their not the office, but like the post. And Letta's talking to Ahsoka and telling her that a Jedi asked her to do this, to make her husband Jakar the bomb and like kind of, you know, blow up and ruin things at the Jedi Temple. And then just as Letta's about to reveal to Ahsoka the name of the Jedi, you hear like a force, like someone use the force, and you see Letta getting force choked, and she's like hanging on midair, and Ahsoka's kind of freaking out. It looks like she's using the force, but then she's not. She doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know what's going on. It's just a shock to Ahsoka, and she's trying to find out what's, like, she can't, like, you know, it's just like, oh my gosh, what's happening? And then of course the shock trooper, one of the shock troopers in the post informs Commander Fox like there's something going on with a prisoner. It looks like Ahsoka's force choking Letta, and so they rush to the cell, and of course when they open the cell, they tell Ahsoka tells him, I don't know what happened, and then Commander Fox just says, oh, I believe you, and all the same, you're under arrest. And then he points the blaster right in the back of her head, and was like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. And so later on, we see Ahsoka is now held in a cell, and then Admiral Tarkin walks in with some troopers, and he's holding the hat of Letta. And of course, Letta is now dead. We don't know who killed her, but then you know that someone who can use the Force. And Admiral Tarkin is really intimidating Ahsoka and telling her like, you killed her, you know, and all these things. But Ahsoka, of course, is not admitting to it because she didn't really kill her. She doesn't know what happened. And then of course she was saying that someone else. And then Admiral Tarkin is saying, well, no one just runs around here. There's a very high secure area. And then he shows her the holo recording, which she sees. But then he explains to her, but of course the audio recording in this cell was not working. So we don't know what happened with they couldn't hear the audio, of course, conveniently. And then later on, Admiral Tarkin leaves Ahsoka, like whatever. And then later on, we see Ahsoka wake up from a nap. And then, before the nap, we see Anakin go to try and rescue Ahsoka, go to try to get her out of there. And Anakin's talking to Commander Fox. Commander Fox is saying, no, you can't be in here right now. You can't get your Padawan. And he's telling Anakin, you have to, this is under the control of Admiral Tarkin. And then you see Anakin almost like reach for his lightsaber, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was expecting to see Anakin like turn on his lightsaber and like start slicing and dicing some shock troopers, but it didn't happen. Of course, it wouldn't have looked good if he started doing that. So he just had to back off and then kind of find another way. And then we see Ahsoka wake up from a nap, and then she sees a key card for the cell right outside the I believe it's ray shield, or like the holo shield. And then she uses the Force to open the cell, and then she thinks it's her master. She thinks it's Anakin, and then she goes out. She runs to these troopers who were just knocked out unconscious. And then it looks like they're waking up. She gets her 2 lightsabers. She sees her 2 lightsabers on the floor. She gets them, and her comlink. She puts it on. She's trying to reach out to Anakin or whoever's helping her out. And then Commander Fox walks in the post and sees her across the window. He hits the alarm, raises the whole place on high security. So it's just crazy. And then of course they start chasing her. Very impressive chase scene. And then Anakin goes in with Captain Rex, and then Anakin like kind of calls out to her and tells her to stop, and then she doesn't really want to stop. She feels like she's being accused. No one's going to believe her. And then Captain Rex even tells Commander Fox, oh no, she would never kill clones. But then it's kind of weird because he says, when Anakin tells him to put everyone on high alert to capture her, not kill her, not harm her, he tells everyone like she's killed 3 clones already, which is kind of weird. Maybe I'm just not understanding that correctly. So very impressive chase scene. There's even a part where she has to jump on top of a clone statue. Before that, there's like a sniffing like alien beast. I can't remember the name, but it's kind of like a dog, of course. And the clone squad that's with it, and the clone, like, they didn't even see it. She's on top of the clone statue, and then the big door opens, and then Commander Fox sees her, and then start blasting, and they start shooting at her, and she's running across this like memorial wall, and it's crazy. And then they start chasing her down. Anakin tells all the clones, set your weapons for stun, I want her alive. And it was like, oh my gosh, it's Darth Vader. It's really cool. So they're chasing her, very impressive. She's using she turns on both her lightsabers, her Shinto saber and her lightsaber. She starts blocking off the ray blasts, or the stun blasts, and it's very impressive, very cool. And you can tell how powerful Ahsoka is, just how, what the training that she's had. She's able to protect herself and be able to hold herself on her own. Very, very cool. And then, of course, she gets cornered, and then she jumps, makes this quick hole in the sewer, jumps in, and then they chase her. The clones chase her there. Anakin kind of senses where she's going, and then he meets her like towards the end of this tunnel, which leads out to down the underworld of Coruscant. It heads down, and then they're having this dialogue, and finally you get to hear and see the dialogue that Ashley Eckstein mentioned at Celebration 6 last year, that she and Matt recorded, that she and Anakin recorded, and that Dave Filoni locked them in the recording booth. They sent out the other voice actors out, locked them both in the recording booth so that the other actors don't even know what's going to go on. So it was very emotional, very powerful stuff. And when Anakin is just telling her to stop, like, come, I'm ordering you to put your lightsaber down and come with me, like, it's clear your name, we can only do it that way. Ahsoka won't take it, like, she doesn't want to take the fall for something that she didn't do. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is so intense, like crazy. And then she sees like one of these big dropships like going down, and then she tells Anakin, you know, you have to trust me now. And Anakin says, I do. And then something like, you know, well, oh, you have to trust me now. And then she jumps down on the ship, and then Anakin looks down, and then Commander Fox and Captain Rex come in, and they see her, she's going down, and it's just like, wow, crazy. And then the episode ends. So now I don't know what's gonna happen. It's crazy intense. It's wow. And I thought the Darth Maul arc was intense, but this is getting even more intense, especially with Ahsoka. I love the character of Ahsoka, and of course, I'm like any other Clone Wars fan, I'm invested in her character over the years that we've gotten to know her. So I don't know what's gonna happen. If she's gonna live, she's gonna die, what's gonna happen. So I'm really excited to see how this is all gonna end, at least for the season. I don't know if there's a season 6. I'm hoping there's still a Clone Wars season 6. But it's just crazy. So, yeah, it just left me, like, I'm still thinking about it until right now, until the next day. I keep thinking about it, like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? And just how powerful that episode was. The facial expressions, the tone of the voices, the voice acting, is just everything. You can tell everything is just great. This is Clone Wars at its best, and you have to see it. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it, and just, wow, just be amazed at the awesome animation, the great storytelling, and just the emotions that you're invested, you're involved in. It's just wow, it's awesome. And 2 thumbs up, and to Lucasfilm Animation, to Dave Filoni and Ashley Eckstein and Matt Lanter and all the Clone Wars cast and crew, just amazing stuff, and I'm very impressed. So thank you, and feel free to let me know your thoughts right in the comments below, or feel free to make a video response. So thank you all for watching, and yeah, see you all again soon, and really excited to see the Clone Wars Season 5 finale screening at Lucasfilm. Don't know if they're going to show us all of it, or all the way till the end, or maybe just one episode, but really excited to see it, and really excited, but then kind of sad to see it almost like getting to that point where it's almost over. So, thank you all for watching. Until next time, may the Force be with you. Bye.